Hey everybody, it's me, Jed, and welcome to the very first episode of the Ask Jed Anything series. Aren't you lucky to be here for this historical moment? So my fans, my followers, my friends, they can send me questions and I will then answer them. So using the Ask Jed Anything tag on Twitter or YouTube. You can ask a question and then I will do my best to answer it in one of these videos. First question I received, when I get a lot, is what was it like in Vietnam? For y'all who don't know, from 2005 to beginning of 2007, I was an English as a secondary language teacher and coffee shop manager in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, and it was amazing. Great opportunity. You know, I just graduated from college, and I was like, I don't want to just stay here and get a job. It wasn't so much the idea of getting a job that turned me off. It was the staying here part. I was living in New Jersey. I didn't fit in. I didn't feel like I fit into the New Jersey scene. I felt like I would just be following not my own footsteps. So I was like, I got to get out of here. And the best thing I could do was to get out of the country. Leaving to another state wasn't enough. I needed to leave the country. So I found an organization that would train you to be a English teacher, and then they would get you placement overseas. So I did a 5-week course in California, and then I ended up traveling to Vietnam for a couple of years, and it was amazing. It was great. It is hotter than you could ever imagine. Just think about the hottest day you've ever experienced, and then multiply that multiple times over and over and over again. It's that hot. The rainy season is very wet. It's not like in Forrest Gump. They say, you know, it started to rain and then it didn't stop raining for 40 whole days. I mean, it stops raining. It just rains every single day for half the year. So that was interesting, especially when, let's just put it this way, the sanitation department is not exactly the best. By the sanitation department, I mean little old ladies who'd pick up trash on the street, or they would just sweep the stuff they didn't want because they would take all the recycling and all the stuff that they could turn in for money. They would sweep everything else into the gutters on the sewer grates, and it would rain, and then the water would come up because they were all clogged, and people's motorbikes would break down and houses get flooded. But it was worth it. I mean, what was Vietnam like is such a general statement of something that I could go on and on and on forever to talk about. It was a different experience, that's for sure. But I got involved. The story I love to tell is I got involved with an organization called Sozo, where we operated a coffee shop where we employed street kids and their families as a way to break the cycle of poverty. Because in Vietnam, the poor do not have any rights at all. The extremely poor don't even have birth certificates. They're not allowed to go to school. It's really hard for them to hold a job. So their best option is to deal drugs, prostitution, and crime. And we wanted to prevent that. So we would take these kids and their families, get them jobs at our coffee shop, and we would train them how to make coffee, how to make cheesecake, how to bake brownies, how to handle money, how to clean, do everything they would need to do to actually have an actual job. They got to keep all the money they made, which was great because if they stole from us, they were really stealing from themselves. And they would go on. Like, we would send, if the kid wanted to go to school, we would find a way to send them to school. You could go to private school as long as you paid the money. Only the elite were allowed the Vietnamese government education. But we'd send them to school. A lot of our kids, I say kids, I mean, I think our youngest was probably like actual employee was like 14. We had like a 6-year-old who would run around and cause trouble, but he wasn't really an employee. He was 14. Most of them were like in their late teens, early 20s though, and they would go on. They would get jobs as chefs at hotels and tour guides and other like legit jobs that they could do, and that was great. We opened up a second location that my wife and I ran. It was more of a student center, because the kids started showing up to hang out and practice their English with the real life Americans. And the problem is, though, they weren't spending a lot of money, and we needed the money so we could help the families. And so we opened up a second shop, which was not dependent on tourist dollars. And it was great. But, I mean, it was a completely different situation, different country, just everything was different about it. But beautiful people. I love the people in Vietnam. They were so kind, so nice. They don't hold grudges. One of the first things I asked was, I mean, are we cool over there? That whole like war thing, are we cool? Don't even remember it. It was like 70% of the population was born after the war. Did you shoot at me? No, we're fine. We're good. No problem. They didn't care. So that was a beautiful thing. But I mean, I don't know what else to say about Vietnam. I mean, I loved it. It was great. It was unbelievable. It's a completely different place now, I can guarantee, because now they have skyscrapers. They didn't have skyscrapers. The tallest building when I was there was 33 feet or 33 stories, and now they've got like skyscrapers and a lot of money, and everyone's got cell phones, and it's just like it's a completely different place. So that's my story about Vietnam. But it's like I said, I can talk forever about it. So if you have any other questions about Vietnam, feel free to ask, or any other questions at all. Like I said, post to the comments, post to my Twitter profile, JediMaster941, and with the hashtag Ask Jed Anything, and then I will answer those questions in this video. So that's all I got for today. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you again later. Bye.